1938, German citizens raided the Jewish community. This tragedy became known as Kristallnacht, or Night of the Broken Glass. Tensions between German citizens and the Jewish population in Germany were on the rise over the years before Kristallnacht. They were segregated and looked down upon. The first known cause that would start the events of Kristallnacht and eventually lead to the Holocaust was the early deportation of Jews. On October 28, 1938, 18,000 Jewish citizens living in Germany were transported to Poland by alien police. The deportation of Jews effectively began as a way to limit the Jewish population in Germany. Two of the German citizens transported by the Gestapo were the parents of Herschel Greenspan. Herschel Greenspan was a 17-year-old German-born Jewish kid. When he got word that his parents were forcefully removed from the country, he went to the store and bought a gun. Greenspan was enraged by the actions taken by the Nazi police, so as a result, he retaliated. On November 7, 1938, Herschel bought a revolver and traveled to a German embassy. He entered the facility, claiming to have an important letter to deliver. Herschel then met and shot a German diplomat. He did not have a specific target, he just wanted to make a point. Greenspan approached the diplomat and said, "You are a cell Bosch, and here in the name of 12,000 persecuted Jews is your document." After shooting Ernst von Roth, the German diplomat, Greenspan surrendered himself. To Herschel, this was an act of justice, but in reality, he was unintentionally dooming the Jews. Adolf Hitler used the killing of a low-level diplomat as a reason to launch his plan against the Jews. He stated that this killing showed that Jews would stop at nothing to destroy Germany. As a result of the killing of von Roth, the German diplomat, on the nights of November 9th and 10th, Nazis began to riot. The stated reasoning for this attack against the Jewish community was because of the assassination. However, plans were in progress to begin action against the Jews before, and the assassination gave them a reason to riot. Kristallnacht, meaning Night of the Broken Glass, was the burning, looting, and destruction of Jewish communities. It earned its name because of the shattered pieces of glass from the windows. In total, over the nights of Kristallnacht, 815 shops were destroyed, 171 dwellings set on fire or destroyed, only indicate a fraction of the actual damage so far as arson is concerned. 119 synagogues were set on fire, and another 76 completely destroyed. Over 20,000 Jews were arrested, and 36 deaths were reported, and those seriously injured were also numbered at 36. Those killed and injured were both Jews. Kristallnacht relates to the theme of debate and diplomacy because of the laws and policies implemented and the lack of diplomacy coming from the German government and outside nations. Kristallnacht lasts over 2 nights and can largely be blamed by the lack of diplomacy from the German government. German citizens were able to proceed with rioting and destroying the Jewish community because there was a lack of intervention and diplomatic solutions coming from the Nazi government. The Nazi Party was searching for ways to attack the Jews, and the assassination which led to the riots was a perfect opportunity. This was the reasoning for the lack of intervention. Also, no intervention came from other world leaders. Other countries were hesitant to throw themselves into the situation. As a result of there being no intervention from authorities or other countries, Germany began to become more confident in their plans going forward. The lack of any serious diplomatic consequences from civilized nations led the governments of Germany and Austria to believe that further atrocities would go unpunished. Because of Kristallnacht, Germany was able to gather enough support to begin their final plan, the final solution. As a result of the successful riots and attacks against the Jews, Germany began to take over and Nazi ideals were increased. Nazis began to transport more Jews to the ghettos and eventually to concentration camps. With the increasement of Nazi support, new laws and policies were passed which put harsh restrictions on Jews. These new policies were aimed at Jews in order to limit their growth in value. All damage to Jewish businesses or dwellings on the 8th, 9th, or 10th of November 1938 through the indignation of the people over the agitation of the international Jews against National Socialist Germany must be repaired at once by the Jewish occupant or Jewish businessman. The cost of restoration will also be borne by the occupants of the Jewish business and dwellings concerned. Insurance claims by Jews of German nationality will be confiscated in favor of the Reich. The hostile attitude of Jewry towards the German people and Reich, which does not even shrink from committing cowardly murder, requires harsh atonement. Therefore, I make the following order: the payment of a contribution of 1 billion Reichsmarks to the German Reich has been imposed on the Jews of German nationality as a whole. These were laws passed by a German diplomat Göring as a result of Kristallnacht. Following Kristallnacht, many nations did not intervene, but as Jews began to be prosecuted and sent to concentration camps, other nations began to take action. Robert Smallbones, a British diplomat, was one of the first to respond to the actions of Nazi Germany. Smallbones decided that the first step to be made was to help the Jews escape. He accomplished this by establishing a new form of visas, which was called the visa scheme. This scheme allowed immigrants to stay in Britain for 2 years and then move to America. This legislation was hidden by the Parliament in order to uphold its secrecy. By 1939, over 48,000 Jews were able to escape to Britain because of the visa scheme. The Nights of Kristallnacht not only affected the communities that were raided and looted, but millions of other people's lives. As a result of the killing of the German diplomat, Germany was able to make drastic steps in their plan to eliminate the Jewish race. With the rise of Kristallnacht came new policies and laws which led to the deportation and extermination of Jews. These diplomatic decisions led to the violence between many neighboring countries, which was one of the helping factors in the creation of World War II. Germany is still dealing with the repercussions of the war, including paying homage to Jewish citizens, rebuilding, and paying off large sums of debt. In whole, Kristallnacht was one of the largest factors leading to World War II, beginning diplomacy and debate between many world leaders. The lack of intervention between countries prior to World War II was one major mistake that was later acknowledged by the Allied forces. Moving forward, these nations used Kristallnacht as a way to remember the consequences of not acting swiftly and accurately.